Give me 15 yards! Come on! Knock it off! You wait! You're just wait!
I've been cut.
I have to watch that for infection, of course, but there's no serious muscle damage.
It's a good thing it was in my left hand. It's always been lazy. Kept me from becoming a Billy Joel.
Rick, did you say you're adjusting to prison life?
Oh.
Look, you don't have to answer my questions.
No, it's all right. I'll answer your question. I'm adjusting fine, Doctor. I've got a swell room, a couple of great guys from roommates. We're redecorating. Getting a lot of exercise, too.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant.
What do you mean?
You're not fitting in. Now, you got the white gang ticked off at you. And even though you play like Ray Charles, you hardly qualify for the black gang.
What am I supposed to do, stand around while some guys get knifed? Wouldn't make me any better than the rest of them, would it? In spite of what the jury said, I didn't kill anybody. I don't belong here. I'm not ever gonna act like I belong here either.
Well, then, we're gonna be seeing a lot of each other, you and I.
Then you better start sterilizing those needles.
Smart move, Frost. Yourself a little flesh wound. Get yourself out of heavy work detail. Wish I thought of it. Eddie, another fish.
Thanks, man.
Cut away.
You're Frost, huh?
Yeah.
Piano player? Knocked off your girlfriend.
She was my former girlfriend. They found her in a car that had been stolen from me, but I couldn't prove any of that.
You don't even look like a con.
I got a parking ticket once.
Eddie O'Hara.
How you doing?
All right. Now, we got a job to do. We got to line up some chairs in the chapel.
Yeah.
For His Eminence the Bishop, he's going to say Mass next week.
Yeah.
If you had a piano or something, could you play Ave Maria, something like that?
Yeah, sure. Where the hell am I going to get a piano around here? What's a piano doing up here?
It's a gift from my old pal, Mickey Shaughnessy. Sent over right after he disappeared.
Mickey Shaughnessy, wasn't he some kind of gangster? Around Dutch Schultz, Al Capone, those guys?
Yeah, he was like those guys. But his territory was show business, you know, vaudeville and bands and clubs. The Shamrock Club was his. He was a music lover, now. You know, he may have sent this piano over so the guys could gather around it and sing.
Didn't get much use, did it?
Eddie.
Yeah, I'll be right with you. Talk to Max. Maybe we get this thing moved to the chapel.
Yeah, okay. Scott Joplin, Maple Leaf Rag. Printed in 1899.
Hey, Ricky. Why don't you come play some ball with us?
Sorry, bad hand.
Leave him alone.
Thanks, I guess I owe you one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Eddie, you've been in here a long time, right?
Well, if you call 50 years a long time.
How do you get him to leave you alone?
I believe in the 11th commandment. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But do it unto them first.
It's a hell of a way to live.
Yeah, but you live. I was a rough kid, traveled with a rough crowd. I almost got myself into big trouble. But I'll tell you something. I didn't kill that guy. Mickey framed me.
Shaughnessy was your old pal.
Yeah, he was. That was a long time ago. We had a problem. We were both in love with the same girl. Mickey said he'd make her a star. He even played piano for her when she sang in his clubs.
So he decided to eliminate the competition, right?
Listen, where'd you disappear to yesterday? Max and I were looking all over for you.
I'll tell you, Eddie, as soon as I figure it out myself.
You do that. Remember, you owe me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's see if anything else does the trick. Over there, George M. Cohen. 1917. Okay.
how you doing?
Good. Where you from, doughboy?
Well, from here it would be, south from here.
Arkansas, Texas?
No. 103rd Street.
103rd Street?
Yeah. See, let me buy you a beer and then you could play that song again.
Yeah, sure.
Wait 1 second.
Thank you.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you, you sure can play that thing.
So far, so good.
Damn it!
It was the weirdest thing that ever happened to me in my life. Both times I started playing one of those old songs and then boom, I'm right back in time, right? First I was in a park. The next time I was in some place called the Shamrock Club.
Mm-hmm.
It was the weirdest thing. I could taste the beer. I could smell the cigarettes. You think I'm nuts, don't you? Maybe. You know, I keep thinking that if I could just pick the right music and the right year, I could stay there.
Hey, man, don't go by me. If I was smart, would I be working here?
Listen, I appreciate the needlework. I'll see you around sometime.
Hey, are you going somewhere?
I don't know. I hope so. Hey, Max, have you seen Eddie?
Hey, I got enough problems taking care of everybody else.
Tell him I'm looking for him, all right? Okay, let's do it.
Good idea.
You know, you never let me give you a real state panel welcome, Ricky. My only problem is deciding whether to kill you right now or just cripple you. You think you might be grateful to me if I let you live? Car's coming. Later, Ricky. Don't leave town.
Okay. Lady, be good. No, it's shaking the blues away. Shaking the blues away. No, it's someone to watch over me. 1928. That's good. Calvin Coolidge, Flappers, bathtub gin. That's great.
Don't worry about Thompson. He's got the brain of a houseplant. Now, what'd you want?
I got this crazy idea. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. What would you give to see Mickey Shaughnessy face to face again?
To see me?
Yeah.
I'd be willing to spend a year in hell. Why?
Put your hands on the piano.
Do what?
Put your hands on the piano. Here. Look, here.
The Shamrock Club?
Yeah.
The Shaughnessy's place. Yeah. But these look new.
I know they're new because I was there yesterday, the Shamrock Club in Chicago. Now look, if I got this thing figured out right, all I gotta do is play the right tune and you and I can be back in Chicago in 1928.
1928?
Ed, put your hands on the piano, it won't work.
Hey, look, kid, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But when you've been in a slammer for 50 years, you don't believe in magic anymore.
I have to do this, Eddie.
So go ahead and do it. Be my guest.
Where's Jimmy?
Jimmy who?
The player from the Shamrock, the guy who was overpaying to be here tonight.
I don't know. I think he took sick. The union sent me over.
The union?
Yeah.
Shorty, make a note. I want to see Jimmy Melton over at the club tomorrow morning.
Jimmy, Shamrock, tomorrow. Got it, Mr. Shaughnessy.
Mickey Shaughnessy?
Yeah, who are you expecting, Babe Ruth? Hey, this is my house, and that's my piano you're trying to play.
I think he's doing a very good job, honey. And he's cuter than Jimmy, too.
Damn it. Shorty! Tomorrow morning, I want you to get me one of them classy new pianos. What do you call them? Grand piano. From the club. And I want you to just get rid of this old cat house number.
Sure thing. What do you want me to do with it?
Why don't you just send it on over to Ellen's old friend O'Hara in the state pen? He'll appreciate the sentiment. Now, I'm gonna give you one more chance, buddy. I want to see some people dancing. So why don't you play that new Gershwin thing? It's wonderful.
Could you hum a few bars? I'm not sure if I know that one.
The song of the year, and you don't know it?
No.
Why don't you show him how it's played, Mickey? I'm sure he'd appreciate the sentiment.
Move over. I can play it slow. Or a little bit more up-tempo.
You can dance, can't you?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Don't worry about Mickey.
Hell am I?
Mickey Shaughnessy?
Who are you? Do I know you?
Don't you recognize me, Mickey? Eddie O'Hara. Your old pal.
Eddie O'Hara. Where am I? Tell me where I am.
You're right where you belong, Mickey. With me. Now, I'd like to be the first to give you a state pen welcome.
You know where Mickey went?
Yeah, I do. He went outside. He said he'd be gone for quite a while.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be the first time. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. As a matter of fact, baby, I'm fine.
chance to test this thing to see if it'll work. What if we haven't enough voltage? Just keep swinging on its arm. 1.2. It's on its way. You know, I gotta worry. Report from the front, Captain. Lieutenant McPherson has a worry. This is no joke. What? What if he can read our minds? He's gonna be real mad when he gets to me. 1.4. Keep moving around, you guys. Keep it quiet.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Am I wrong, or are you supposed to be in bed?
Daddy, there's a man in my room.
Sweetie, you just had a nightmare.
I was not. I saw him, Mommy.
It's my turn, I guess. I think I'm just gonna go have to see who this is who is bothering my little girl. And if he can read minds, then he's gonna be real mad when he gets to mine.
He was over there, Daddy. He was watching me.
There's nothing there, Megan. See, it's closed.
He scared me, Daddy.
I know, Megan, but it was just a nightmare. Now, my big girl isn't going to be afraid of some little nightmare, is she? Come on. In you go. Now, look, okay. Can you keep a secret? Okay, well, when I was a little kid, I had a lot of nightmares. Monsters.
Monsters?
I mean, they were in the closet, they were under the bed, they were everywhere. But my dad, he told me the secret. And then I wasn't scared anymore. Monsters cannot get you if you hide under the blankets.
They can't?
They can't. That's the rule, and even monsters can't break the rules. That's my girl. That's good. See, the only problem with that theory is that blankets can't hide you from daddy. Okay. Calm down. Now you're going to sleep, right?
Right.
Good night, kid. Oh, sorry.
Jeff? What's wrong? God, you look like death rolled over.
No, it's nothing, I tell you, honey, I thought...
What?
Nah, it's absurd. It's like daughter, like father. Oh, and the man, it was a chair full of clothes.
Well, she has your imagination.
Yeah. I was wondering where it went.
She's okay, right?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Here's your story. North Pole, November 3rd. Ed Scott reporting.
Well, I have roast beef here, I have baked potatoes in there, I have salad right here, and I have wine. Now for you, you get milk. All right? How does that sound?
Oh, like paradise
Hey,
regained.
hey.
Why don't you go wash up, honey? Hey. What's wrong?
Wrong? Now, what makes you think that something is wrong?
Clues, Sherlock. The last time you served wine was the day that your car got banged up in the school lot. So what is it this time?
This morning in class, a student asked me where I was during Vietnam. So I told him I was in school.
You were? I remember it distinctly.
I neglected to tell him that the school was in Canada.
Well, it's none of his business.
That's what I told him. So why do I feel so guilty? No. Is it true? I'm doing it again, aren't I? Okay. Now, is this the part where you're supposed to tell me that I didn't do anything wrong?
You didn't do anything wrong.
Good. She still remembers all her lines. You are a perfect woman. Thank you.
Maggie, come on down. Dinner's ready. Megan? Megan? Oh, honey, you didn't wash your hands.
The man was upstairs, Mommy. He talked to me.
Honestly, now come on. Let's get you scrubbed up for dinner. It's okay to play pretend, but you mustn't blame somebody else if you forget to do something.
It's not pretend, Mommy.
Okay, here you go. It's a little better. Jeff! Jeff!
What's wrong?
Jeff, did you see him? Did he come past you?
What? Who?
The man in the wheelchair. He was there in the mirror. No, he was in the hall. I saw him in the mirror, and then he must have come past you, Jeff.
A man in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Look, honey, wait a minute. I mean, I think I would have noticed somebody coming past me in a wheelchair. And besides, how could anybody get a chair down these stairs?
Well, if he didn't come past you, then he's still...
He's gone, Mommy.
Oh, Maggie.
Don't be scared. He's a nice man.
What the hell is going on here? I don't know. I think it's time I found out.
Who are you? No. Hey, look, don't freak on me, spaceman. No. I need you, man.
No, this is him.
Hey, man, what the hell's wrong? No, man!
I'm the reason he's here.
But you didn't do anything.
Oh, no. I can think of something I did. I got drafted. But I chose Canada. I copped out on Vietnam. And now it looks like Vietnam is catching up with me. See, maybe Vietnam was my fate. Maybe I was supposed to die there. And maybe this legless ghost is the guy who went instead of me. Or maybe he got killed because I wasn't there.
No. This is just your guilt talking, not you. You said no to a dirty little undeclared war. You helped stop that war, Jeff. Now you know that.
No, I don't know it. All I know is that I have to leave because if I go somewhere, then he'll follow me and you and Megan will be safe.
Oh, maybe, but maybe not. Jeff, whatever this is, we've got to face it together.
Well, you're right. You are right.
Yes, Susan?
Your husband's on 5.
Thank you. Where have you been? I've been so worried.
Denise. Is it you?
Of course it's me. Are you all right? You sound really strange.
Strange? No. I'm fine. Denny, how are you?
Denny? You haven't called me Denny since high school. Jeff, what is going on?
I just need to see you, Denny. Just for a little while. I'm at home now, Denny, and I need to see you.
Okay. Okay, I'll be right there.
Hi, Susan.
Jeff, you all right? You look terrible.
Huh? Yeah, well, I feel worse. I just spent the night in my car on Frontage Road. Is, Denise here?
She went home about 5 minutes ago, right after you called.
Right after I called. I didn't call.
Of course you did. I put you through not 10 minutes ago. I ought to be able to recognize your voice by now.
Denny? Here.
Honey?
Jeff? You're looking real good. I mean, you look even better than you did back when we were together.
Oh, God.
What happened? Is that the question? What happened? What happened? Vietnam happened, Denny. And the draft lottery. And a landmine. Denise?
Jeff?
Denny, I don't...
Jeff! I'm up here! Jeff! Jeff, I'm up here!
Honey, I'm back. All right, you. You're me. That's bingo. And this isn't happening, then a dream? Yeah, well, right. But are you dreaming me? Or am I dreaming you? I mean, I don't give a damn one way or the other. You see, I think we're both real. I think that somewhere around 1971, we came to this fork in the road. And you went one way, and I went the other. And we ended up in different places.
Jeff? Spaceman? On your road? What happened?
To us. To us. Oh, Denny, yeah. You and me? Oh, well. Gee. You died in a motorcycle accident when I was in Nam. The guy you were riding with didn't believe in helmets. That's why you're here, because I'm guilty. I'm guilty, okay. That's all right, but if there's any retribution owed, then it's to me, and to me alone. You have to leave them out of it now.
No. We went to Canada together. We made the decision together. I'm a part of him, and everything that happens to him.
That's why I loved you so much, Denny. And you, what? I mean, come on. You think that I would hurt them? God. And they say us vets are crazy. And tell me why. I'm dying, man. I mean, you know, the doctors, they never tell you what's really going on, but I could feel it. And it's okay. You know, I mean, I lost everything important to me a long time ago. I lost my legs, I lost my girl, I lost my future. I even lost Jeff. And the spaceman. Ooh, yeah, I mean, come on. He doesn't have much going on except some really horrible memories. So, you know, I'm laying in the VA and I'm just waiting to get it over with. Come on. And I'm thinking, and I'm wondering, you know, how it would have been with Denny and me. You know, if I'd have done it differently. And I'm laying there. And I'm wondering. And I guess I just wondered myself here. I just wanted to see him, brother. You did okay, McDowell. You did okay. I wasn't even there. I wasn't there either. I mean, I wasn't there for Denise. I wasn't there for Megan. Yeah. Come on. I think it's probably time I went.
No, you can stay if you want to.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'd like to be nice, but I can't. I got some nice memories now, though. Thanks. The flashbacks. I mean, it must work both ways. You and me, we're the same person, right? I have some memories. I have some good memories. Maybe if we touched. No, you don't know what you're talking about now. But I have good memories. The day that Denise and I got married. Our honeymoon. The day Megan was born. No, it's no good, see? Because then you'd have all that stuff about all those men dying around you. Then you'd have all the years in the hospital and in this damn chair. No, and then you'd remember Everybody backing away from you, everybody watching you, you know? Come on. Hey, I mean, you'd be waking up with nightmares, you'd be screaming. I'm not afraid of a few nightmares. I can always just crawl under the blanket. I guess we're both heroes, huh?
We make our choices, and afterwards wonder what the other road was like. Jeff McDowell found out, and paid the toll. A lesson in courage and cartography from the map makers of the Twilight Zone. The devil, they say, having so far failed to destroy the human race with nuclear weapons, toxic waste, or elevator music, has finally devised his most cunning weapon: long-term credit, with fine print, written in the Twilight Zone.
Come on, Evan, you help me with BJ Stroller, okay?
Hi.
Matthew, don't go too far.
There you go, little fella. How you doing? Yeah. Come on. Come on.
My name is Linda Wolf. I have an appointment with Catherine Foley.
One moment. Miss Foley, Linda Wolf is here to see you. Yes, I'll tell her. Miss Foley, I did take care of all that, and we sent them over. They'll be delivered in about a week.
Like this, do it like this.
Yes, ma'am, right away. Miss Foley will see you now.
Oh, thank you. You boys wait here and behave yourselves. Thank you.
Mrs. Wolf, thank you for taking the time to come in and see us. Please sit down.
Well, it's not every day I get a phone call inviting me to be a credit card holder.
It's not every day we make the offer. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Mrs. Wolf, you have a very spotty credit record.
I know.
Amex, Visa, MasterCard have all canceled you in the past. So have the department stores. Even Union 76.
Yes, well, that's the past. I really think I've learned my lesson.
Well, good. Maybe we can do some business. What do you know about our card?
Nothing. Until your call, I'd never heard of you.
Well, let's say that we understand that modern life cannot be conducted on a cash basis. So we offer credit to those who can't get it anywhere else.
You're the credit card of last resort.
Exactly, but because of that, we have some very stringent and unusual requirements. For example, we insist on a minimum payment within 7 days of purchase, as opposed to the usual 30 days.
That's kind of rough, isn't it?
Most of our cardholders don't seem to mind. It's a small percentage, sort of a good faith gesture. But there are severe penalties and service charges. They're all spelled out right here in the cardholder's agreement. What do you say?
Where do I sign?
Right there. Here's your card.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Evan, take Boris outside. You know he makes Daddy sneeze.
Dad isn't here.
Yes, he is. Come on now, Evan, honey. Take Morris outside. Outside, please. Hey, come.
Hey, babe.
Don't tell me I forgot our anniversary.
Very funny. I just bought myself a little present, okay?
Well, you deserve a present. What credit card is this?
Matt, did your brother take the cat out? You gotta take the garbage out. That's my new credit card.
Oh, really?
Are we gonna start fighting about Linda's problem again?
No, I don't think that'd be a good idea at all.
Good.
Please. Honey, be careful.
Oh, Brian, come on.
What are you burning for dinner?
Oh, no. Boris? Boris? Evan? Evan, the back door was open. Is the cat in the house again? What? Our cat, Boris, remember? Short, furry, 4 legs.
Okay, kids, come on. Time for bed, huh? Time for bed. Let's go.
Boris.
How about I'll pick this up.
Boris. Boris.
Linda.
Boris.
Linda, what is all this about a cat?
What do you mean, what is all this about a cat?
Linda, I cannot get them a cat. I'm allergic to cats.
Well, I know. That's why we keep them on the porch.
You got a cat?
For God's sakes, Brian, have you lost your mind? All right, if we don't have a cat, then tell me what's been eating out of this cat dish and sleeping on this ratty old cushion. Oh, I get it. This is someone's idea of a joke. Very funny, Brian. Really, very funny. Boris? Boris?
I think you've made an excellent choice with the new refrigerator freezer. Real top of the line, lots of volume. Will this be cash or charge?
Oh, charge, please.
You know, if you really want to get the kids a cat, there's a pet store on the way home. A short-haired cat.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. 2 days ago, we had a cat. And now you and the boys are convinced we never did. Well, I didn't think it was funny to begin with, and I don't think it's getting any funnier.
Mrs. Wolf? Mr. Wolf? There seems to be a problem with your credit card. Could you come with me, please?
Certainly.
Yeah, if we could just do that over 9 months, it would be easier for me. I didn't want to discuss this out there, but the credit card company refuses to approve the purchase.
Why?
Why don't you talk to them?
Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Wolf.
This is a very nice model.
Oh, it is.
It's brand new.
Oh, that's not your fault. They're very strange.
Yeah, they are. Oh, Mr. Wolf, the refrigerator should be at your house within 7 days. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What was that all about?
Oh, I forgot to make the first payment on the card. I guess the slip got thrown out with the box or something. I don't know.
Linda, you told me you had that card only a week.
That's right. That's the way they operate. Anyway, I wrote a check out for it right there. I don't have any more money, but the credit card people are happy.
They're happy, I'm happy.
I don't suppose you'd like to make me a loan, get me through the week.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Fine.
I would like to help.
Hey, what's going on in here? You guys aren't supposed to be up. It's past your bedtime. Come on. Time for bed. Come on, Matt. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. All right. All right. Hey, Scooby, off the bed. Hop in. Attaboy. Under the covers. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Help me out here. Here we go. All right. Good night, you guys.
Night.
Now, Mommy and Daddy don't want to hear another word out of you. All right?
Good night, guys.
Lights out.
Love you.
It's the Linda Wolf account. I know you made an acquisition. She's late again. Exercise your option.
What, Mom?
You think the dog might like some hamburger and his Friskies? Where's the dog anyway? You guys got him out on the porch? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Where's the dog?
What dog?
Evan Wolf, stop playing games.
Mom, I'm not playing games.
Well, somebody's playing games. First Boris disappears and now Scooby. Matt?
Scooby?
Who took the dog food? Scooby! Scooby! Scooby!
Well, the boys are finally in bed. MPJ's sound asleep.
Good.
Linda, we have to talk.
I suppose the boys told you that their mother is cracking up, imagining that we have a cat and a dog when obviously we don't.
When I came home, I found them hiding in their room. They didn't say anything. Look, you're cooped up here all day long, by yourself, with 2 preschool delinquents and a teething baby. It'd be unusual if you didn't get a little upset.
Oddly enough, I'm not cheered up by that.
Would you like to talk to someone else? A professional?
A psychiatrist.
Would you like to?
Brian, I'm not cracking up. I admit there's something weird going on here, but let's not make a federal case out of it, okay?
Okay.
Is this a credit card bill for the refrigerator? I thought you had to make a payment within a week.
So?
So we bought the refrigerator 8 days ago.
3 of those days were weekends, honey. They can't count that. Okay, I'll mail it out tomorrow. And I have no plans to use that card anymore.
Thank you. That would be nice.
Lady, at the very least, you're looking at a new water pump. Parts and labor's gonna run you $300.
$300?
Plus, $60 for my tow.
What? I've only got, $12.
Unhook it, Bill.
Wait! I have a credit card, okay?
Why didn't you say so? Jack it back up, Bill. Let's get it out of here. Sure.
Yes? She used it even though she was delinquent? No. We have no choice. Do it now.
Brian? Boys? Anybody home? Brian?
Why? What happened to you?
Oh, the car broke down. I had to get it towed. And then they couldn't find the right water pump, so I had to wait forever.
Oh, babe, why didn't you call?
So you could drag BJ and the boys out to a gas station? I had enough to deal with.
Who's PJ?
Including this moron driving the tow. Who's PJ? Brian, who's BJ? Oh, no! Oh, my... The baby! Matthew! Oh. Brian. Something's happened to the boys' rooms.
I don't know what you're talking about, honey.
The baby. Brian, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I want my children! Stop it!
We don't have any children. We never had any children. We don't have a cat. We don't have a dog. Look, Linda, honey, I can't do this all by myself. I can't. I have to call somebody.
No, baby, please. No. Don't call anybody, please. I'll do it. I'll call somebody in the morning. I promise. I'll call a doctor. Please. I'll be all right. I just need to calm down. I just need to relax. I'll be all right. Please, just leave me alone. Just go to bed. I'll be in a while, please.
Okay.
want to see that Foley person. I want to see her now.
Just one moment, please. Miss Foley, Linda Wolf is in here demanding to see you.
My kids! Those are my kids! Matthew! Oh, Evan! My baby! Evan! You don't let me in there, I'll tear this place apart!
Come in here with me, Mrs. Wolf. Yes, those were your children. Earlier this week, we acquired your cat and your dog. What seems to be the problem?
What seems to be the problem? You just taken my children away from me and no one even remembers that I had them.
Look, we acquire the experiential matrix along with the principle. It wouldn't be fair to give someone a cat
What
or a
are
person
you
without the
saying?
accompanying memories, would it?
What kind of people are you?
Well, you said it yourself. We're the credit card of last resort. Now, you signed a business agreement with us. And you failed to make the good faith payments, and we collected. It's all in the cardholder agreement.
Don't give a damn about your cardholder agreement! Assuming for the moment that I even understood what you people are capable of doing, that doesn't make it right! You can't just take someone's children away.
We can take anything we like, Mrs. Wolf, as long as you fail to make the minimum payment. Now, if it's any consolation to you, we make every effort to place the principal in a better environment. Our disbursement division is very good at that.
No, ma'am, my children don't need a better environment. They need me. I'm their mother.
Really? You've already proven that you're a compulsive spender. You demonstrated to me considerable irresponsibility, signing a contract that you didn't bother to read or understand.
Okay, all right. I'll go to your disbursement division. I'll buy my children back.
With what? Your bank indicates that your personal account is overdrawn.
This is on our joint checking account. Is that enough? Okay, when can I have my children back?
You do understand that this check must clear, of course. If it doesn't, there'll be another penalty assessment.
It's gonna be no problem. I'll be back. I'll be back, and my children better be here. Brian? Brian? Oh, Brian, thank God you're home. I had to do something today, honey.
Where the hell have you been?
I wrote a check on the joint account.
I know. The bank called me.
What do you mean?
Linda, why don't you talk to me?
What did you do
What's
with the
wrong
bank?
with me?
What did you do? What did you do with the bank?
I canceled the check.
No! Oh, yes, I need the number of the... Oh, my... Brian!
Still here?
I'll come back and get my things after my shift.
Yeah, well, you just might find them in the front yard. You want breakfast?
Well, I was gonna go up and eat at the cafe.
No, you don't. Now, you can go on and tell Les and Bobby and Charlie that I threw you out. But I ain't gonna have you going to work eating cafe breakfast here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Melissa, look, this whole thing just one big mistake, baby. I swear that girl don't mean nothing to me.
She meant enough for you to go and sleep with her.
How many times I got to say it? I am ashamed of what I did.
You ashamed of what you did, or you ashamed because you got caught?
Well, what you want me to do, huh? I mean, you want me to beg you for forgiveness for the rest of my life?
How the hell you want your eggs?
They told me I could have a night shift if I wanted to. That way I'd never have to see another sunrise again.
Yeah, unless it's because you late.
And I were this morning.
I'm not gonna though, 'cause my boy Jeffrey, he's gonna be all conference football and basketball this year, and I'm not gonna miss one of his games.
Yeah, you betcha. Oh, my dog.
Oh, come on, don't start singing this early in the morning. Hey,
Wilson, Parker, you two guys hang on a second. I'm taking you guys out of shaft 15 this morning.
Oh, that's great, Smith.
Get to work on our golf. We need a crew in the junction.
Junction? What the hell for? That's the oldest part of the mine, Schmidt. It was robbed before we was even born.
It's a good thing you guys aren't running this company. We had a geophysical team from the university down here last month, and they say there's several $1 million worth of coal in those branches.
Gasification?
Yeah, coal gasification. Got a pilot plant over in Charleston starting up to do just that. Get to it, boys.
You take that coal out, and then they squish it all together, you see, and they make gas. Now, you're making yourself enough gas, you see, and the next time they raise them oil prices, you can just tell those fellas to go kiss your sweet patootie.
We're not gonna listen to this all morning, are we?
Gasification ain't important. It's high school football. That's what you say you read. I don't know about that.
Last that article tell you this part of the mine's about 100 years old?
Well, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Charlie, maybe it's not too late to change shifts. 13C. 13D, that ain't right.
What's the matter, Charlie? Something wrong?
Well, that last turn should have put us in pillar 11. This says 13. Well, maybe somebody changed the numbers when they closed the junction. No, more likely we took a serious wrong turn back there. Last, Bobby, you track back to the shaft and get old Schmidt on the phone. Okay. Hey, Charlie, if we're not back by noon, you start without us.
Get out of here. See you around, Bill. We could be digging down here for the rest of our lives, John.
Why worry? You're not going anywhere, John. You could make this a home away from home. Well, I hear you're gonna need one anyway.
Charlie, you ought to take a look at this. Hey, Charlie, I think you ought to take a look at this.
Charlie! 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 Help! Charlie? Charlie! Charlie! Help! Somebody there? Who's there? Somebody there?
Yeah! I think I can use a hand.
Who's there?
Boy.
Just close your eyes. Come on. Sit on up here.
Thanks. I like to broke my leg.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Don't touch me.
Come on, let me take a look at it. Yeah. Now look, I think it is broke. I'm gonna make you a splint. You ready?
What's that?
What?
On your wrist.
It's a wristwatch. Hey, come on, man. I need that. Now, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Just hold it.
When you're done, you turn out that fire.
Huh?
Turn out the lamp. Start an explosion.
This ain't gonna cause no explosion. I'm just hoping that the batteries will hold out. Now, you hold this for me. Right there.
No heat.
Hey, come on, man. Right there. What are you doing? That's our light.
I've never seen a lantern like this before.
Yeah, well, you can pick one up at any hardware store. Costs you about $150.
$50. That's 3 months' pay.
Did you say $150 is 3 months' pay?
Uh-huh.
Hey, they're still up there. They gotta be looking for us. Yeah. Hey! Hey! Somebody! Help! We're down here! We're here! Hey. You think they're still looking for us?
They always do.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've been through a few of these.
I've seen it happen. Spent a lot of time digging my friends out of spots like this.
I can't understand it. I don't know what happened.
I don't rightly know. 1 minute I was swinging a pick, and the next I was buried under that.
A pick? You had a pick? Where is it?
Somewhere up there.
Oh, God. How could you lose a thing like that? We could dig our way out of here.
Save your breath. It's under a ton of rock. I don't believe I know you. I didn't know we had colored working in the mine.
Yeah, well, we're all over the place, buddy. I don't think I know you either. I ain't never seen you, not on the day shift.
You work the day shift and you don't know Ray Dobson?
No, I don't.
I'm the senior man here.
Are you, Ray? In making what you make? Well, you ought to talk to your union rep, man.
The only union men in this mine are dead men, sir.
Now, Ray, this is stupid. We got a hell of a lot more to worry about instead of you and me down here fighting.
You're right.
Yeah, right. I'm sure your daddy told you the same thing that mine told me. Just like religion and politics, you don't ask a man what he makes.
I wouldn't know. My pappy died when I was born. Cholera got him in 1877.
Yeah, well, Did you say 1877?
I did.
Yeah, well, Ray, that makes you about 109 years old, buddy.
On my last birthday, I was 35.
Now, come on, Ray! I wasn't that good in math, but I do know that if you was born in 1877 and you just turned 35, well, that just brings you up to 1912.
That's right. September 16th, 1912.
There you are, Dottie. Did we ever get that letter from the school board? Why are you looking at me like that?
Reverend Bailey, it is not my place to tell you exactly how to do your job.
Oh, come on, Dottie. Why should you be any different?
I thought you were going to deliver this letter to Melissa Parker yesterday.
Well, I was going to do just that, Dottie, when Mrs. Ritter's husband called about her stroke. I had to spend the rest of the day at the hospital with the poor woman.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Dottie, this thing's been sitting here how long? 60-some years?
Since 1912.
And for all we know, it's just some kind of prank. I mean, no one's ever steamed it open to see what was inside it. I don't believe anyone's ever bothered to tell Melissa Parker it exists. So it's a day late.
Reverend Bailey, this letter was entrusted to the church because the instructions would be followed. And besides, until their wedding several years ago, there was no Melissa Parker.
I'm duly chastened, Mrs. Clark. Of course, the instructions should be followed. Although I must confess, I see no reason to worry that it was delivered a day late.
That might work. Oh. What the devil? Come on. You're the one that was worried about flames. Now, you just leave that alone. What's this? Well, the last time I checked, that was a $5 bill.
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you call this?
Counterfeit.
This is a perfectly good silver certificate.
Are we going to sit here and talk about this, or are we going to try and dig our way out of here?
You can dig till doomsday if you want, and you still won't get 5 feet from where you're standing. Besides, you're using air. Why don't you sit down and rest, save your strength? Somebody's coming. Trust in the Lord.
The Lord helps those who helps themselves. I don't like this. Maybe I ought to be dead. Maybe I'm already dead.
Then what does that make me?
You're another ghost. Yeah. There's been a lot of cave-ins down here. Well, maybe you died in 1912.
Well, maybe you're the devil himself.
D13! We want in D13! Oxygen D. 10 people defense. We had a whole tunnel collapse. We're trying to get the men out. Keep them out of there so we can get the work done. We'll let them know who's safe as soon as we can. Now move out, boys! We need Shorty, and we need Bobby! Who's with you? Just left. Just me. What about Charlie and the Parker kid? They were way back in the junction when the whole thing came down. Damn it! Watch out! Got you coming through! Hey, you see Johnny down there? Can't you find Parker, too? We're looking to find this one. The whole thing is down! He's out, man. Try to search for one man whose air's running out in 100 square yards of tunnel. We may never find him in that. What are you gonna do, give up? No. We got a few tricks. First, get the rescue team over to the junction. Bobby will show you the way. Les, pull that crew out of shaft 6. Get them over to the junction from the other side. Have them get some picks and shovels. Okay. That's the only way. Okay. Come on, you guys. Let's move, people.
Ray, this air's getting stale.
Tastes like coal. You gotta take it easy. Stretch out the supply.
Yeah, well, can we talk at least?
Can't talk, you might as well die. Yeah. Anyway, I was seeing Abby Carter at the time. She had this sister, Sarah, a twin. They was always pulling the switch on me. Just so happened they pulled it the very night I was going to propose to Abby. I guess I was so nervous I couldn't tell the difference. I went right ahead and proposed to Sarah, who said yes. Abby was so mad at me she wouldn't talk to me for weeks.
Which one is that? Is that Abby or Sarah?
It's Sarah, of course. She's the one that said yes.
Ray, she looks like a good woman to me.
You married, John?
Yeah. I've been married several years. Her name's Melissa. She was my high school sweetheart.
Sarah and I've been married 5 years.
Yeah, well, 5 happy years, I hope.
Oh, we had our ups and downs.
Yeah, well, right now I'm having one of my downs. I've been making mistakes. Mistakes I'll be paying for the rest of my life.
My mama used to say every night when the sun went down,
It was the death of the sky. But at dawn, it's reborn. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
There's color in this picture.
Mrs. Parker? Mrs. Parker? Melissa Parker?
I'm not ready to see you yet, Reverend.
This has nothing to do with the mine, Mrs. Parker. I've been looking for you. It's about a letter addressed to you.
I don't understand. It's old.
74 years old, to be exact.
What is this?
No one knows. But you're Melissa Parker, as it says. I was supposed to deliver this letter to you yesterday so you could open it. Go ahead.
Dear Mrs. Parker, this will strike you as madness, but there's no other way to put it. If you are reading this on September 15th, 1986, then you must stop your husband, John, from going to the Casu mine. On September 16th, he will be trapped in a cave-in.
I don't want excuses, I want equipment, and I want it here right now!
Melissa's on her way in here and she's got the Reverend with her.
That guy works fast.
What about the vent shafts, Dutch? Can't we check those?
Junction's an old egg, Bobby. They didn't drop as many vent shafts as we do now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to face facts. Our chances of finding Parker are non-existent. I'm sorry,
Please,
Melissa.
listen to this. John Parker is trapped in a junction in a tunnel opened September 2nd, 1912. Approximately 25 yards north of Pillar 11.
Let me see that. Where'd this thing come from?
It's been in a safe at my church for some 70 years. Reverend Watts showed it to me when I took over.
Good God, Reverend, I can't pull my crews out of Shaft 12 right now. You don't just pick up and move a crew like that on some goofball idea. Parker's dying down there.
Do it. Do what the letter says.
Melissa, I'm
Look, you're the one that sent him down there.
Ray? Did you hear that?
What is it?
That sound, listen. Ray, there's somebody up there.
We're here! We're here! We're here!
Hey, come on! Keep coming! We're alive!
We're here!
Come on!
We got him!
Come on! I got him! Got him! Don't get away here! I'm down here!
I got him! I'm telling you, you gotta go down there! He's still in there! Will you listen to me? I'm telling you, he's still down there! Out.
What's he talking about? He's only one missing.
Too much dust, I suppose, makes him see things.
Oh, Ray, it's safe, thank God. Oh, God.
Sarah, this man saved me. His name's John Parker. He didn't know me. He didn't have to help me, but he's still down there.
No, Ray, it's all right. You're safe now. We can go home. I got you back.
I can't just leave him down there.
Ray, they say that you were the only one down there.
Here's a picture of his wife. He told me all about her.
The picture's painted.
I know this sounds crazy, honey, but this man's from the future. And somewhere, somehow, she's worrying about him just like you worried about me. I gotta help him, honey, even though it may mean interfering with the Lord's plan.
Ray.
No. Will you get me a pencil and a piece of paper?
I don't understand any of this, but I love you. And I will help you.
Your husband saved my life, Mrs. Parker. And if you believe that a man facing death thinks only of those things that are important and true, you should know that John was thinking of you. He's too good a man to spend his life begging forgiveness. Sincerely, Ray Dobson.
Hey, this guy'll do anything to get out of work for a day.
We had to beat him up a little bit, but we got it. Oh, done real good.
Bobby, great mate, man.
It's okay, Melissa. I'm all right. Melissa. I'm sorry. I'm so...
Let's go home.
You don't gotta go home right now, you know?
I don't know. I told my mom I'd go to the drugstore and come right back.
Well, since when do you do what you tell your mom, you know? Come on, we'll have some fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I don't know. I mean, I'll scare up some burn and I'm sure we'll think of something.
And what is burn?
Oh, burn like booze, you know? Well, look, I mean, it's gotta be better than sitting at home, right? I mean, unless you want to vegetate with Mom and watch Dynasty on the big screen. Come on.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Freeze, slime! Real fast. I want you to take all your money out of your pockets and put it on the ground. Then, I want you to take your underwear off and put it on your head.
Oh, Lonzo, man, you know, man, I swear, I think my little brother would have done it.
No, I don't think I want to see his underwear right at this moment.
Oh, look at this. It ain't even his gun.
No, man, it's a starter's pistol. It's pretty mean, though, don't it?
Come on.
Come on.
Greg, I want to go home.
Oh, no, not yet, man. Something I want to show you.
Come on, walk me home.
Come on, it's only a couple blocks from here, man.
promise you, after we check it out, we'll all walk you home. Okay?
Wait, old man Taylor's place?
Not anymore, man. He died. I saw him carting out this afternoon. Come on. He died? Saw the ambulance guys back here this afternoon. They had the top off and checking it out. Oh, like silk, man. Feel this.
This is a hell of a car, ain't it?
I wonder what the inside is like.
All right.
Wow, this is bigger than my whole bedroom.
Oh, wow. Man, how do you keep this thing so cherry?
Who wants a ride?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, look, Alonzo.
Come on, man. Pop the hood. It'll be okay.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Gregory, come on. Gregory, come on. This is crazy.
Yeah, the battery's good.
All right.
Hey, Greg!
What?
Come on, let's go.
Come on.
Come on, let's go.
Lonzo! The ultimate life experience. Check it out. Charlie Taylor must have been some crazy guy, huh?
Woo! What street is this? I don't recognize it.
It's me.
Deaver, that was Penfield.
Don't look like Deaver. Look at the houses.
Wow, look at the cars.
I want a cigarette. Pack in the glove box.
Wait a minute. How'd you know this would be in there?
Hey, Lonzo, pull over.
What?
I said pull over, man. There's something really weird going on.
No way, man. I ain't done having fun yet.
Oh, man. They gotta know this thing's stolen.
I see your license and registration.
What's the problem, officer?
Chadway's 5 and Dime was held up tonight.
Well, we ain't been anywhere near as Chadway's tonight.
What's Chadway's?
Well, it was a store, but I mean, they tore it down years ago.
Okay, kid. Get out of the car very slowly.
Lonzo!
I gotta get away.
You shot a cop, you idiot!
Had to.
No, you didn't!
I'm bleeding so bad, I'm gonna die. We gotta do something.
Man, Alonzo, turn around. We gotta get her to a hospital.
Crazy ain't going back.
We gotta do something. She's bleeding really bad. She's gonna die if we don't
can't just let her go
Come on, man. I gotta get the door open.
What is wrong with you? This ain't like you, man. She's not there, man. Where did she go? Something weird's going on.
I can lose him. I can lose him.
You pull over and let us out now!
Run out, you. Get out!
Come on!
Hey, why don't you give it up, huh?
Oh, man, I can make it out of this.
Hey, we don't know what this is.
Greg, come on!
Get out!
What the hell? Lance, please, man, come on, give it up, huh? Think about it, it ain't worth it.
Oh, man, the cop is dead. I know he is, so I'm gonna die anyway.
How do you know, huh?
Oh, man, we can shake these guys, I know it.
Look, I ain't gonna die out here with you, you know? I mean, I ain't gonna die.
Come on, man, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
All right, that means there's one more kid in there.
Everybody, yeah, to the doors.
Bring me a pry bar, will you, John?
You're here.
Go right in. All right.
Adrian called him when she heard what was happening. You okay?
Hey, that's my brother in there. What's going on?
Beats me, but that car is something of a legend. It was used in a robbery 30 years ago. Cop was killed.
I got it! I got it!
Hey, out of the way, kid.
Hang on to me, I'm going in. Ready? Now!
Are you okay? It's over.
I killed a cop. I killed a cop with that gun, I swear.
You didn't kill anybody with this gun, kid. Last time it was fired, you probably weren't even born.
What happened?
Yeah, look, Lance, you didn't do it. It was old man Taylor. I mean, after all these years, he was trying to confess. And I guess this was his way. It's all right.
Modern technology has staged a revolution in the art of isolation. Turn up the volume on your headphones and the world outside drops away. 16-year-old Keith Barnes has lived in this public seclusion for some time now. But tonight, the tiny radio on which he depends to keep people out is about to start pulling them in, thanks to a very special frequency that can only be picked up in the Twilight Zone.
Good evening. And how are you this evening?
Excellent. Jumbo.
Yes. Your ticket? Smoking or not?
Smoking.
It's bad for you, you know, especially someone your age.
Hey, doctor's orders.
I see. Well, 34B. Enjoy your flight, twerp.
No. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Jambo.
Is that a radio?
No, it means hello.
What does?
Jambo, in a kind of happy African kind of way.
Oh. So is that a radio?
A radio? A radio? What you see before you, Madame, Kawazu 940. It features crystal lock tuning, quartz scan capabilities, and 12 Mondo watts per channel of pure power.
It's a radio. We don't allow radios to be played aboard the aircraft. So please, turn it off.
I just told you, Gloria, this ain't no radio.
What's the problem, Gloria?
Well, it seems our little friend here doesn't want to turn off his radio.
Turn it off, bud. And put your feet down.
Excuse me.
Oh.
My seat.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Yes, 34A, right there. Let me know if you have any problems, okay? Okay.
Excuse me.
Catch a couple of plays. This is the smoker?
Get something down there. Sorry. This was the best time to go. We'll take off the next. Only I hear it's pretty close to the gate. Put on your seatbelt.
Jambo, dude.
That was Waylon Fergie, and you're in Countryland here at WGZL, Topeka.
Oh, come on. This is serious wasteland.
It's all right. It's fine.
Sorry about that one, folks. No damage done, though, and that should be our last.
Great. Someone's getting sued.
Would you please get out of there? Please. I don't know what you're doing, neighbor.
Look, all right. I'm coming out, okay? I'm having a major crisis.
Please, I don't feel well. Hurry.
All right, can you please cool it? I heard you the first time.
I didn't say anything to you.
Whoa. Psycho lady.
Upon the discovery that DNA is a double-stranded molecule that contains complementary base pairings held together by hydrogen bonds, it was suggested that DNA was a plausible mechanism for the transfer of genetic information from generation. Kind of cute. Ratty shirt, though. Nice buns, I bet. I wonder what is...
Did you just...
It's incredible.
Would you
you like a complimentary soft drink?
Yeah, apple juice is fine.
We don't have apple juice. We have tomato juice.
A cola.
Good choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are presently passing over America's gateway to the west, St. Louis, Missouri, and the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. We hope you're enjoying your flight.
And what would you like? A soda?
Bureaucrats, incompetence, greedy, insensitive, reckless, playing God with people's lives.
Listen to me. There's this guy on board, and he has some sort of a bomb.
What?
A bomb. I saw it. I was in the bathroom with him.
Oh, you were in the bathroom with him?
Yeah, and...
Okay, that's it. Do you know that you could be arrested for making a joke about a thing like that?
I'm not joking. I swear it, and we gotta stop him.
I'm beginning to think that there is something seriously wrong with you. Now, look, I don't have time to keep walking you around this plane, so get back to your seat and stay there.
Please, would you tell the captain I'm serious?
Now!
Gloria?
Can I talk to you for a second?
Exits. Oh, I'll show them an emergency exit they'll never forget.
Is something wrong? I said, is something wrong?
This is really cool.
What?
It's like the first. Do you want to hear it? Hey, it's cool. Different drummers, you know. Don't do it.
Are you talking to me?
Don't do it. You can't bring them back. You'll be killing all these people.
I'm afraid you've made some mistake.
No. I know who you are, Mr. Williams. I know what you're gonna do, and I know why. And I'm asking you not to, please.
Who are you? How do you know all this? You a cop or something? Huh? And you know about this, too? And you also know that I'm capable of doing this right now. Do you?
Yeah.
I got no choice. I've got nothing left. I've got to do it. I mean, you know what happened. Do you?
Yeah.
And you understand, don't you? I've got nothing left. But the people who make these things, they have to be more careful. And they have to pay for what they've done. You see that, don't you?
But it's not these people. It wasn't them.
It's the only way they're going to learn. The only way. Now, you stay here. Not a word, or I swear. I'll do it right now.
No.
Stay back! Stay back! Don't come any closer to me!
Don't. These are innocent people.
Is this the way it happens? No! Kill him! Kill the son of a...
Afraid. I'm so afraid to make...
Man, you regret it. It can't happen like this, not now.
God, I want to live.
What right do you have to do that?
Don't. What about Jenny? She needs a father. She
so
Why
you have to
isn't Daddy coming home? Where is he? Mommy? Daddy? Why?
It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?
Easy, sir.
Harry, Jason has to change. We're leaving.
Just 5 more minutes and bring down a cold beer, will you?
Harry, you've had 2 already.
I can count, Sally. Just bring down the beer.
Mommy, why does Daddy spend so much time down there?
I don't want you to worry about it, okay?
You're still too high. Relax.
Jason has to leave.
Better, much better.
My sister's expecting us before dinner, and it's a 2-hour drive. Better hurry, kiddo. Don't you think he's a little young, Harry?
The earlier they start, the better. I want everybody in his family to learn how to protect himself.
He's only 7 years old.
All right, lay off, will you? I don't see why you have to drag him all the way to Kansas City every time your sister gets lonely.
Jason loves to go. And what do you care? The way you hole up down there every weekend, you wouldn't know if we were upstairs or in the room. I miss her, Harry. She's about the only person I can talk to anymore.
Sal, you haven't told your sister about the shelter, have you?
No, of course not. I know how you feel about that.
You are never to tell anyone about the shelter. It's our family secret, just the four of us. Don't you ever forget that, Sal, not for a moment.
Mom?
Yes, Harry, I said I understood. Come on, kids, let's go. They coming by with the receipts later?
He said around 6:30.
Why don't you take him hunting this weekend like you used to?
Yeah, I just might at that.
Bye, Daddy.
Yeah. Jason, don't let your cousin push you around.
Sorry I'm late. Last minute rush. Old man Richter came in, wanted to buy a new clip for his automatic, and then a couple of hunters from Wheelerville needed ammo. Well, it's a good week all told. Hey, have you heard the news about this Middle Eastern thing? Oh, it's getting scary.
This evening, the fighting seems to be spreading.
Where's Sally and the kids?
I went up to Kansas City again to visit with her sister. I was just putting dinner in the microwave. Stick around, I'll pop in another one.
Great, sure, thanks, Harry.
That the president and first lady did indeed leave the White House by military helicopter half an hour ago. Toman refused to disclose their destination, nor would he confirm that their departure has anything to do with the escalating crisis in the Middle East.
Well, I guess it's just like you predicted, Harry. The whole world's going straight down the old toilet.
Going? Ha! We're already in the toilet. Drugs, terrorism, pornography. It's worse than any war. Sally used to understand all that, but now she lives in a dream world. All she wants to do is turn my son into a mama's boy. Or worse. I tell you, Nick, I almost long for it.
What?
The bomb. It could put a lot of things right again. You and I. We don't belong in a world full of degenerate rock stars, hairdressers, bureaucrats. Sometimes I dream about it. Afterwards, starting over with my son in a purified world. In a world with all the scum burned off of it, with everything basic and simple.
I don't know, Harry. I can't imagine anyone wanting to live in a world with so much gone.
What would be gone? Just an ugly, screwed-up world slowly being eaten up by pimps and cowards?
Yeah. But you'd have to survive a nuclear war now. There's not much chance of that now, is there?
Oh, it can be done if you plan on it.
You mean build a fallout shelter or something like that?
Fallout shelter wouldn't be enough. Not here. Dunston's only 4.5 miles from Wakefield Air Base, a prime target. Any shelter'd have to be deep and blast-proof.
Sure.
Nick, we've known each other since high school. You've been working in my gun store for 10 years. Hell, you're practically a part of the family. I think you deserve to be let in on a little family secret. The door's lined with lead. The walls solid concrete, 4 feet thick, completely radiation proof. These gauges give me outside temperature and humidity. That one monitors surface radiation. The shelter has sleeping, shower, and bathroom facilities for 5. Over here is the medical supply cabinet. All the water's pumped in by an indoor well. Power generators with a 300-gallon fuel tank. Air filtration system. Draws air from the outside, but through 30 feet of gravel and charcoal.
Harry, this is amazing. How did you do this and still keep it a secret?
Remember when I had the pool put in? Oh, that was my cover. I hired people from out of state. While half of them tore up the backyard, I had the rest of them dig this out. I told them it was for a wine cellar.
A wine cellar? You?
They were illegals. What do they know? I built everything else myself. No one knows it's here, not even my neighbors. Especially not my neighbors. My family. And now you are the only ones that know about this. And we're sworn to secrecy. Do you understand, Nick?
Yeah, Harry. I'm just flattered you'd let me in on it.
There's food and water here for 5 months, and, well, if something happens and there's time, you're welcome to join us here in the shelter.
Thanks, Harry. I don't know what to say.
Look, I saved this for last. A multi-band communication system. I'll raise the antennas. They're located under a concrete slab in the backyard that could push up through a ton of debris. It's to link me with other survivors afterwards. The neighbors think it's part of some elaborate satellite TV.
That was a live report aboard the aircraft carrier Nimitz, now in position in the Gulf of Sidra. Defense Department sources confirm that the armed forces have been placed on red alert and an emergency cabinet meeting is being held at an undisclosed location. The president has issued a statement in which he states unequivocally that
Stay here. Don't move. I have to make a phone call. I'll be right back.
Any escalation in the fighting. We go live now to John Shepard in our Moscow bureau with more on those alarming reports that many Russian cities are being evacuated.
Hello? Sure. It's Godzilla, king of the monsters. Hello?
Have you been watching the news? I want you to pack up the car and come home.
Are you crazy? We'd be driving half the night.
The whole country's about to blow up. I want you here.
Harry, every time there's a minor international crisis, you think we should barricade ourselves in the family tomb.
A little louder. I don't think they heard you in Iowa. Listen. If you're not out of there in the next 5 minutes.
You're drunk, aren't you?
No. Sally, wait, look. Send Jason back home. Put my son in a cab and send him back. I don't care what it costs.
He's afraid of you, Harry. He's staying here.
Sally!
It's happened. This is it! This is it!
The antennas, did you lower them?
Well, no, Harry, I don't know how. Oh, my God.
Damn! That was our only connection with the outside. The shelter's completely radiation-proof. Even the radio waves.
I gotta get home. My parents.
Nick, you need me. Nick!
I gotta get home.
No! Nick! Stop! Listen! Listen, you're not going anywhere! It was a direct hit on the air base! Listen to me! We're gonna have to stay down here until the radiation levels drop! At least a month! Look!
No!
Look, Nick!
No. Hey, Harry. There's someone up there. Someone's coming to rescue us.
Don't be ridiculous. Look at the radiation level outside. It's the Walking Dead up there. Survivors looking for food and water. You better pray that they don't find us. And I'm ready for them if they do.
Hey! Hey! We're down here!
Shut up, you idiot!
Hey! Oh, why? Oh. What the heck did you do that for, Harry? They could have saved us. They could have been anybody.
They were scavengers, not rescuers. If you'd have let them know we were here, they would have busted that door down and taken our food and killed us. Or we would have had to kill them. Don't you understand anything, damn it? Don't you understand anything?
I thought you said the radiation would go down after a month or so, Harry. It's been 3 months and it still looks the same.
You're not very good in tight spots, are you, Gatlin?
It's cold. Why is it so cold, Harry?
If you'd spend more time shaping up instead of pacing and moaning, you'd be a lot warmer. We've got to be ready for whatever it is we find out there. "10 months and the radiation is just this high. Man, they must have really cut loose up there. Kansas City, Topeka, LA, Paris, Moscow, all gone. No wonder we don't hear any more noises. Must be like trying to live in a microwave oven. Your parents, my son, all dead. In a war like this, they didn't have a chance."
You know, Harry, deep down inside, I don't even think you give a damn. You love all this.
Gatland, you haven't got the guts or will to survive. I'm sorry I didn't realize that before I asked you in.
What the hell is the point of surviving in a dead world?
A better world, you'll see.
I doubt it. You come to hate everything eventually, Harry. I don't even know why I'm trying to stay alive.
That's simple. You're afraid to die. You've always been afraid of everything. I should have known better. For years, I gave you work. I took you on hunting trips. I tried to make a man out of you. It's not possible.
You're right. You're right. And now all I have to do is to find the guts to choose how I want to die. And who I want to die with.
You're not doing anything. You're hysterical, Gatland. And I've had as much of your whining as I can take.
Me, Nick. I can't open the door. What's the code, Harry? Let me in, please. Harry! Let me in!
Nick! Can you see anything moving?
God, Harry. It's horrible. There's no daylight anymore. It's freezing. There's nothing but mountains of garbage. The whole town is gone.
I've been crawling around for hours waiting for the sunrise, and it never comes. The air smells like burnt plastic. I feel sick, Harry. Let me in.
I can't. You're contaminated. If I let you in, you'd only kill us both. I'm sorry, Nick. It was your decision.
No! I didn't mean it, Harry! So help me God, please! If you let me in, I'll be fine! Please, Harry! Please let me in! Harry, let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Harry! Please! Let me in! Let me in! Harry!
Set.
Stand by. Tape rolling.
It's been a year since the tragic accident at Wakefield Air Base. That horrifying day when one of our own nuclear cruise missiles detonated without warning in the bomb bay of a B-1 bomber as it was preparing to take off, instantly leveling the small town of Dunston, Kansas. The world will never forget the shock, destruction, the appalling loss of life. A shock that many now feel pulled the world back from the brink of war. When the decision was made to bulldoze the highly radioactive ruins into as compact an area as possible and seal them under this vast radiation-proof dome, no one could have foreseen how sacred a shrine it would become. For the Peace Dome, as many call it today, has become the world's most powerful and enduring monument to the utter folly of war. Each month, hundreds of thousands of visitors come from all across the country and from around the world to get a first-hand glimpse.
Mommy, is that where Daddy's buried?
Yes, dear, that's where Daddy is buried.
Bravo.
Who the hell are you and how did you get in here?
My friends call me the Prince. Fine song you're playing. Just what the second act needed. Too bad you're not going to be able to finish it.
Oh, yeah? Who says so?
In that condition, I doubt it.
Well, I've looked better.
Heart attack. Second and final.
Couldn't it wait? We've got an opening in 2 weeks. The second act needs 3 new songs. And God gives me this for aggravation.
We'll spare you that, Mr. Bluestone. When your body is found, there'll be some rather tacky grand guignol with the mortuary people. A rubber bag. And your ex-wife crying buckets into a handkerchief.
Oh, yeah, fat shams. She buys them all at Bergdorf's. Belgian lace. For me, she'll use a Kleenex. Maybe for the reading of the will, she'll bring out a handkerchief. The story of my life.
Yes, isn't it? Odd that a man renowned for his romantic soul has had so many bad marriages to his discredit.
What? Suddenly we have a Barbara Walters special here? Prince of Darkness? You're not here to schlep me down to...
Oh, no, no, no. No, not that. We're known familiarly as topside and below decks, Mr. Bluestone. We adore your music below decks. And so before the final disposition of your case is made, I am here to offer you a small gift in the hopes that you might consider visiting us down below now and then.
What kind of gift?
Oh, carte blanche, Mr. Bluestone. Carte blanche. The past, present, or the future. To do with as you will.
Strings attached, right?
Not even a thread.
Anywhere, any place, any time.
Anywhere, Mr. Bluestone. All of time and space are at your call, so think it over. Choose wisely.
I want to make it with Mary Ellen Cosgrove.
That's it. You have the entire universe at your command, and all you wish is to make it with Mary Ellen Cosgrove.
I've missed a lot of things in my life, and Mary Ellen was the first. Mary Ellen was...
I know. Wheat-colored blonde hair, thick and shining, and a long page boy. Good legs. Sorority pin bobbing provocatively on a tight sweater. Married a jock named Bob Bowling. Currently into Est vodka and vague malaise about what she imperfectly recalls as her golden years.
Not Mary Ellen now. But then, October 1948, it was the beginning of our senior year, and there was a party at her house, and I kissed her. For the first and the last time.
Mortals. It's always the same, isn't it? Well, Mr. Bluestone, may you and your hormones be very happy together. Cheers.
you.
Mary Ellen.
Well, now, who else would it be? Honestly, Binky. Well, don't just stand there like a lump. Come in.
Good, the entertainment's here.
Nelson Baxley.
Very good, Blaustein. Cognitive association. After this, we'll try your hand at long division. So, here we are, Blaustein. Senior year. Kinda makes you wonder what the future will hold for us, doesn't it?
For you, Nelson? Korea. Bronze Star. Purple Heart. Lacerated groin. Later, television production. Bad marriage. 2 Emmys. 1 duodenal ulcer. See you around.
Big night, Blaustein. Hey, Melly's folks are out of town, and I got some grade A hooch. Bourbon, Blaustein, bourbon. Meet me in the kitchen. If you got a note from your mother, I might put some in your Coke. Unless aspirin's more your speed. See you later.
Hey, Binky.
Laura.
Skip the bourbon, it's grade C. Try the scotch, it's hidden under the sink.
Sure. But how did you... Prince? You know, this all seems pretty kinky. Doesn't it bother Laura having you in residence?
No. It's all rather split screen. On her side, she's drooling over that varsity jock in the blue sweater. And, how's your Mary Ellen?
I don't know. I seem to remember her as being a lot more polished somehow. I mean, even her body, which I seem to recall as being a cross between Betty Grable and Wonder Woman. It seems sort of unformed. She's just a kid.
No. Really? No wild, passionate tryst, then?
No, I feel like a child molester.
Someone you know?
Sort of. It's Teresa Galowitz, I think. You know, Mary Ellen used to always have a few plain girls at these things and make herself look good. I guess tonight's Teresa's turn.
She's a friend of yours, then?
No. I always avoided her. Poor kid. You know, she always wore the wrong clothes, said the wrong things. She was everything I was trying to escape. Everything I didn't want to be, you understand?
Did it ever occur to you that maybe she wanted to escape just as much as you did?
No, I guess not. You're big on futures, Prince. What happened to her?
Don't you remember?
10-1 she married a dentist from Larchmont. Am I right?
She committed suicide.
Oh, my God. Now I remember. It was a big scandal at school for a day or two.
Tonight. She took the bus back to town, reflecting on all of the grief and loneliness of her past 16 years. And on the fact that no one here even said hello to her. Not even Blaustein. She got off the bus, multiplying this night by so many others. And so many more to come. And when the next bus came, behind schedule and traveling too fast, she stepped in front of it. Oh, excuse me. Laura has to go to the little girl's room.
Teresa, how's it going?
Since when do you care, Blaustein?
Since now, you and me, we got a lot in common. You sing in the school choir, don't you?
A little.
So, who's your...
Blaustein! Make yourself useful, tickle the old keys for us.
Not now, Bob. Maybe later.
Okay, so you're not the world's greatest pianist, but right now you're all we got. Play, Blaustein. Play.
What'll it be?
You're a big show tune man, Blaustein. How about something from Broadway?
Pinky's been practicing.
I like New York in June. How about you? I like a Gershwin tune. How about you? I love a fireside when a storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight and motor trims. How about you? I'm mad about good books. Can't get my fill. And Franklin Roosevelt's looks give me a thrill. Holding hands in a movie show when all the lights are low may not be new, but I like it. How about you?
Terry, you're beautiful. Look at old Blaustein the wolf.
It's a love match.
Of course she was beautiful. It was her requiem.
I gotta go. I got a bus to catch.
I know people in New York. I'll call them about you.
New York? Who are you kidding, Blaustein? You don't know from New York.
Well, maybe not yet. But I know music, and I know talent. And I know that you've got more to give in 32 bars than most people give in a lifetime.
Yeah, sure. One night, one party, a few songs, and suddenly I'm somebody.
Just come over here with me. Get in. Slide over. Okay.
All right, listen. For 16 years, nobody looks at me twice. Nobody even knows I'm there. And now just because I sing, just because somebody thinks maybe I got some talent, suddenly I'm worth noticing. Is that how it works?
Yes, that is how it works. I mean, it's like me. Nobody paid any attention to me until they found out that I could play the piano.
And that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, your singing and my music, it is a part of us. And if you keep that part of you hidden, the best part, can you really blame anyone else for not noticing you? Look, let me meet you tomorrow. Let me work with you. Let me make it all real for you. You please.
Blaustein, don't ask.
I want you to promise me.
Why?
You want to be Love Golowitz? So does the world.
they'll knock your damn door down. But it takes time and paying your dues and maybe even a little trust. So, let me see you tomorrow. And we'll work.
Blaustein, you're such an edge. I gotta go. Good night.
Let her go, Mr. Bluestone. You've done all you could. Now, a little trust. Believe it or not, I have a few million things to do tonight. So, have we reached a decision? Do you perform the act with Miss Cosgrove or don't you?
How many times do I have to tell you? Damn it, Bob, I said stop.
For God's sake, what's the matter now? On, off. You're a real tease, you know that?
You don't have to be so crude about it.
Hey, Bobby boy. Why don't you try a little conversation first?
Blaustein, look, just get out of here.
He's right. Just go home. You're just a sex fiend.
All right, but I won't be back. Bet?
What a jerk. I don't care if he ever comes back here again. I wouldn't see him if he was the last boy on this earth.
He is for you.
What?
Oh, I was just saying that you should take it one day at a time, Melly. It's much easier that way.
Binky, are you my really, really, truly close friend?
I guess I am.
You're nice, Bink. Just sometimes you're a jerk.
Thanks, Melly. It was a swell party.
Hey, Blaustein.
Terry, you're still here. Terry, I thought you left.
Aw, I felt so good I figured one for the road. I missed my bus. But Laura Shoop's gonna give me a lift home.
But you didn't go. You...
Don't change the subject. The big question is, what time tomorrow?
I'll find you. Believe me, I'll find you. That's my cue. Tomorrow, Terry.
Hey, Terry. Terry, come on back.
Tomorrow.
Come on in.
3 husbands, 4 children, 3 grandchildren, $6 million albums. All this from a girl who was supposed to be a statistic at 16. Not bad. Hey, Mr. Bluestone.
You knew. You knew all along. You took me back so I could keep that girl.
I took you back to what you chose to do. It was your decision, Mr. Bluestone. I only provided the transportation.
Oh, yeah? Well, what's in it for you?
I'm an artist like yourself. A sculptor of possibilities. Mozart dies of fever in his 30s. Gershwin before he's 40. But to lose a Terry Golowitz at 16, no. The world is threadbare enough.
what about me? Am I ready to go topside?
No. Not yet, I'm afraid. The administration topside have never quite understood the concept of creative history. And the way we played Mary Hobb with the grand scheme, I don't think you'd be very welcome just now.
You you wanted me and my music below deck the whole time.
That is a bonus for us, of course. But only temporary, I assure you. Until my celestial brother cools off, as it were.
Dead one day, and already I need a lawyer.
We'll hide you out in one of those outer celestials. Some say it's rather like Queens.
Well, just how long do I have to lay low before I get to go topside?
Oh, just a couple of years. Just long enough for them to adjust their records. Unless you want me to put things back the way they were.
No. I mean, how bad can it be? I've been to Queens.
That's the spirit. Yeah. Actually, we have quite an art colony down there. You'll enjoy it. Wilkes Booth keeps saying how he'd like to do a musical.
Yeah?
I understand there's a grand party going on. It's very lively.
Of friends with a love that soars through space and time. You and I.
Spectroscopic readings indicate that the atmosphere is at perfect chemical equilibrium, predominantly carbon dioxide with traces of methane and ammonia.
Now, what gives the atmosphere that sickly yellow color?
Iron oxides from the rusting cities.
And the sensors show no life form whatsoever?
Nothing. Not even the presence of simple amino acids in the oceans. The last reconnaissance was right. It's a dead world.
There was a name for this one in one of the old languages, wasn't there, Professor? Yes. It's Earth. They called it Earth.
Not much left after 1,000 years, is there? Donald, Earth was stripped of artifacts long ago. What are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Feeling. Sense of place. What it must have been like to live here when the skies were blue and the oceans green with plankton. Too many historians never get to see the things they write about. Thank you, Jacinda, for getting me on this mission. A very kind gesture for an old academic.
Not that kind. And not that old. Good luck, Donald, because in 4 days, I'm going to have to give word for the mining vessels to move in and extract whatever is salvageable. And when they do, there'll be precious little left of your Earth.
Archer? Bledsoe, did you hear that?
Hear what? You got a problem, Professor?
No, no problem. I'll see you back at the ship in about 3 hours. Noel's out.
Don't you remember us, Professor?
Donald, you're up late.
So are you.
There's lots of data to log. There's still a treasure trove of minerals on this planet. The inhabitants pretty well bled it dry of all the fossil fuels. There's a wealth of basalt, iron, uranium.
You know, it was really quite a beautiful planet. An amazing variety of flora. Climates ranging from the temperate to the tropical, from the Arctic to desert. This is where it all began, Jacinda. This is where we began.
How did it happen, Donald? How did the planet end up like this?
Greed, stupidity, the usual catalog of sins. They used refrigerants that slowly ate away the ozone layer. They burned the tropical rainforests to make way for farmland, using the ashes for fertilizer, and entire species simply vanished forever from the earth. By the time they poisoned the whole biosphere, they had the technology to leave it behind. So they fled into space and cast the earth aside like a half-eaten apple.
And with humanity gone, the biological chain just collapsed.
You know the irony of it? The earth today is almost exactly as it was millennia ago, before the very first rainfall. And for millions of years there had been no rain. Then when the earth cooled enough, rain fell, delivering nutrients to the oceans, and life emerged. And here we are. Here we are. Returned to commit the final indignity on the planet that nurtured us. Here to put the knife to her one last time.
Our ancestors killed this world, not us. The law prohibits us from mining any living world, only dead ones. Like it or not, Donald, Earth is a dead world now. And there's nothing we can do about that. Except, I suppose, be grateful that we finally learned our lesson.
Do you remember us now, Professor? You won't be needing your helmet anymore, Professor. The air is breathable. We sort of used a part of our etheric energy to change the molecular structure of the gas.
We've been waiting so long. Why did you leave us?
Are you back to stay? All of you?
Where are the others? Will they follow in more ships? Yes, where are they? When are they coming?
My God. All of you. You're
The ones you left behind. All the souls that ever were. All the ones that stood and watched as your ships vanished forever from our sight. All of us that couldn't follow.
We never knew. We never knew that you even existed.
Didn't you? Didn't a part of you always know?
Why is it so important to you to follow us?
You're our children, our future, our immortality. Since time began, we've walked among you, sharing in your triumphs, your despair. Now there's nothing. No children, no future. Just a ruined playground you left behind.
It doesn't have to be this way. You can follow us, our ship.
Your ships warp space in ways we can't. Those of us who have tried have come back disfigured or insane. It's a large universe, Professor. And not nearly as benign as you living like to think it is.
Well, then, what can I do?
Put your helmet back on. I know why you're here. Not you personally, but your ship, your crew. We're shadows. We're helpless to stop them, but you have to do something. You have to explain to them that this planet still contains life of a sort, that this Earth, ruined and gutted as it is, it's all we have left. Please, don't let them take it away from us.
Donald, you can't be serious. Do you know what Archer and Bledsoe would say if they could hear you?
All I'm asking is for you to keep an open mind. Now, give me a chance and I'll prove it to you.
Prove to me that Earth is some sort of haunted planet? How?
Jacinda, you were always my best pupil. Let me teach you one last thing. Hello? I brought someone. Someone who can help. Please. Let us see you. Please. It's all right. She has to see you. She has to know.
Donald.
For God's sake, she can help. Why are you doing this? Please. Let us see you.
Donald, that's enough. Don't.
Damn you! Show yourself!
Donald! It's my fault. I knew what this planet meant to you. I shouldn't have invited you along to watch it be. Why don't I just forget we ever came here, all right? God.
What are you doing?
What are we doing? What were you doing?
Oh, Donald, how could you do this to us? To all of us?
I swear. The last thing I remember was being asleep in my cabin. It was them. Don't you see? It wasn't me, it was them.
He's crazy. I told
Mr. Bledsoe, kindly shut up. Mr. Archer, please assess the damage to the sensor web and then raise Central on subspace. Tell them we'll be returning Dr. Knowles to Outpost 12. Medical emergency. We'll also be staying over for repairs and then we'll be back to finish our assignment.
You cowards! You liars! Show yourselves! I dare you to show yourself to me!
Back to your ship, Professor. You might as well.
Because if I don't, you'll just take over my body and make me go, won't you?
That's right.
You wanted me to make a fool of myself. You wanted me to be shipped back to civilization. And you'd come with me, wouldn't you?
Please understand, Professor, there's no other way. We can't travel through warp space in this form, but in yours, that's a different matter. You can serve as a beacon to the others, showing them the way.
And me? What happens to me, my body, when you're done with it?
I'm not sure. I have to merge myself fully with your body in order to weather the journey. I'll try to leave it once we get there, but...
You don't know if you can.
Please try to understand. All we want is to reclaim our future.
Your future? You don't deserve a future. Any of you. We may have fled the Earth once it became uninhabitable. But you were the ones who made it that way. You could have saved it. You could have done something, every one of you. But you didn't. Did you? How many of you thought you'd be on one of those spaceships fleeing the dying Earth? How many of you thought you'd escaped, but died before you could?
What you say may be true, but it's over and done with long ago. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Isn't there? You changed the air in this building from methane to oxygen, from poisonous to breathable.
That's a different matter. This is a small, controllable environment. We're talking about a planetary scale. And even if we could, we might lose our consciousness, our awareness.
Like you propose to do to me. Cowards. You're still the same cowards who let this planet die, aren't you? Go ahead. Take my body, my life, save yourselves. At least, I'll know that when my time comes, I can die with a hell of a lot more courage and dignity than you. Come in.
We're about to lift off. I told Central that you requested medical leave. Stress reaction to space travel. It's not uncommon. The damage to the sensor web was minimal. I didn't log your actions yesterday.
I appreciate that.
You're looking better. Rested.
Yes, you might say that I'm expecting to be a new man once we leave the planet. Jacinda, if I should not see you again after this, I just want you to know that I'm grateful for the chance you gave me and for your friendship and for...
What's that?
I don't know. It sounded like thunder.
Well, it's impossible. The atmosphere is at equilibrium. There can't be any.
It's raining.
It can't be. What the hell is going on? Is that really rain?
Not just water either, but amino acids, nutrients raining into the ocean.
Good God, I'm getting life form readings in the oceans.
Well, that's impossible. It takes thousands of years for even the simplest life form to develop.
It's as if something is accelerating evolution somehow. I don't know how, but...
This can't be right. I mean, the sensors must be out of alignment after yesterday's damage.
Oh my God, he's right. The ocean's suddenly swarming with cyanobacteria.
Cyano what?
Cyanobacteria was the first complex organism to evolve on the Earth. And it led the way for all life forms to come, including us. Does this mean what I think it means?
What it means is we're out of a job.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Maybe you can't. But we'll be back. I promise. Someday. We'll be back.
Meet Tanner Smith, circa 1916, disciple of a young writer named Jack London. Tanner Smith, now consigned to what is affectionately known by the Bowery Boys as the Ref. A grim sojourn into solitude, despair, pain, and sooner than he knows, a curious corner in the Twilight Zone.
I've been watching you.
I know.
You gonna tell your father?
Why would I do that? I wouldn't want to get you into trouble.
It'd be worth it. You're so pretty. Does your hair always shine like that?
Almost always.
I saw you go into the library.
I like to read.
Well, so do I. Books about wolves.
You better go. I wouldn't want you punished.
But I want to see you again. Talk to you.
I don't think that would be wise.
I'm not wise. I'm just hungry for someone.
I'm Tanner. Tanner Smith.
I've got to go.
Oh, wait. Well, can I see you again? Please?
We'll have to be careful.
I dream about you.
So you say.
Oh, it's true. Pretty dreams. The trees are as high as the sky. Do you ever dream about me?
Sometimes.
What is it?
The dreams frighten me. They're dark sometimes. Winds are blowing and I hear strange sounds. I wake up fearing I'll be calling your name and my father will hear. I have another book for you, Tanner.
Another Jack London.
I know how you like stories about wolves.
Oh, a wolf mates for life, Amy. Did you know that? For all his life, he'll never know another. I have something for you, too.
It's lovely.
It was my mother's.
Really?
No. That ain't true. I don't want to lie to you, Amy. I don't ever want to lie.
Then where'd you get it?
I picked it off a drunk in Chatham Square. But I never hurt no one, Amy. You gotta believe that. I'm sure I had a real gift for picking pockets, but it was just a way of surviving. I had to do it. It's just the way on the streets. You understand?
I don't care about all that. I know what you really are. I love you, Tanner. My sweet, gentle Tanner.
Amy. Dear Amy.
Kiss me, Tanner. Kiss me.
Thus saith the Lord, I will deal with thee even as thou hast done. Just like your mother. In the hay and dust with any filthy scamp that winks an eye. A wolf steals a lamb from the flock, eh? Well, my young sir, to me belongeth vengeance and restitution. I have warned you time and time again to stay away from the scum in this place. They are animals, beasts, to be caged away from the decent people of this world. I have taught you the scriptures, girl. I have prayed that you'd live by them. And I will not have my flesh betray their righteousness.
I hate you.
And if you should choose to disobey me again and crawl to him in the night, I'll know it. And I will see to it that he's found dead in some dark hallway.
No!
There, girl, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right. You'll kill Tanner if I ever see him again. I know him. He'll do it.
Well, now, Amy, you know the hooky ain't gonna let that happen.
You're nothing but a broken down old bum. What could you do? I just want to die. That's what I want. To be dead.
No, Amy, dying ain't the answer. Not for you, not for Tanner. Because you're young, and you're in love, and you must never give up hope.
I'm sorry for what I said. I didn't mean it, Okie.
Oh.
Amy. Have you seen her? Her father didn't hurt her, did he?
Not her spirit, boy. She's a bright arrow. She has the power to soar above her father's deviltry.
You know where she might be?
She spends her evenings in the library, poring over the books like she's searching for something.
I gotta see her.
No, Tanner, you can't. Her father told her he'd have you done in if she saw you again.
I don't care.
No, Tanner, you mustn't.
I gotta see her.
Tanner, no, no.
You shouldn't be here. My father.
I know, the hokey told me. But I had to see you. I had to.
I've missed you so much.
Amy, we've got to find a way out of here.
I've thought of everything. There just isn't any way. Except...
Except what?
Come with me. It's probably the oldest book in the world.
But what is it? What's it got to do with us getting out of here?
Just listen to me, Tanner.
I'm listening, but I don't get it. But I just don't understand, Amy.
You believe in the human soul, don't you?
Well, I guess I do.
Tanner, this book is all about releasing the soul to renew its existence into another time and place. Look, you see these lines?
Yes, I see them, but what does it have to do with us?
I don't know if it's really true. But the book says by concentrating on the lines, you'll soon be able to see a door. And if you persevere, you'll be able to open that door and pass right through it.
Pass right through it? But to where, Amy? Where?
A better world, Tanner. A free world.
Daughter.
Amy!
Tanner!
I had this dream. Like you or someone was calling me, and then the gate was open.
Tanner, there's no time. My father will know that we're meeting.
But we're outside. We could run away right now.
No, Tanner, it wouldn't work. He'd find us no matter where we went.
I can hardly breathe without you. How can I live without you?
Tanner, listen to me. I have found the only real way out. It's in that book I showed you. It's another world, Tanner. A younger world.
What are you talking about? I don't understand you.
Please believe in me, Tanner. When the time comes, you'll know.
But Amy...
I love you, Tanner. I'll always love you. Now get this piece of paper to him. Make him believe. Promise me.
I promise, Amy, I promise, but I don't think he'll believe me.
If you're convinced, he'll believe you.
Amy, are you sure of what you're doing?
For the first time, I do feel hope. Now remember, Hokey, I may seem dead, but I won't be. My mind and spirit will just separate from my body.
But Amy, if you seem dead, your father will think you are, and he'll try to bury you.
I don't know what will happen, but I'll be free.
Amy. Amy, wake up. No. Why would you leave me? Why?
She killed herself because of you! Damn you! Take him to the hole and lace him up tight! You killed her, and you're gonna rot in hell for it! Hell, that's your home, young sir. A true disciple of your master you are.
Amy! Why didn't you wait?
Tammy!
Hokey? She's dead.
No, Tanner, I swear I saw her. She left her body, moving into the other world. But how can that be? She told me how she did it, and how you can do it too.
Thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not slack to pay it. For the Lord thy God shall surely require it of thee. Thou art my battle axe and my weapon of war. And the enemy is the son of the morning, the disciple of Lucifer.
But if this is our last chance, please, believe me and do as I say. They're together, running free, in a place where no one can hurt them again.
A song of the younger world. A tale told on wintry nights when the moon is full. Of living with wolves and learning to howl. Of love that transcends worldly pain. And running free in the Twilight Zone.
Found this in my office, on the floor. I think you dropped it. Ira, I've seen you staring at that picture before, mooning over it. Look, I know it's none of my business, and I shouldn't pry, but, are you and Valerie having, problems?
Marvin, what are you talking about?
She isn't a client, is she?
A client?
Ira, is there something going on?
With her? Can you believe it? He wanted to know if I was having an affair with the girl in the picture.
And what did you say?
What do you think I said? I said, Marvin, you yut, that's my wife.
You didn't even recognize me?
Well, come on, sweetheart. I mean, you were just a girl back then.
Oh, I see. In other words, now I look so much older.
No, you're more mature now. Then you were flighty, you were silly, you were cute.
What am I now, Quasimodo? So that's why you're always mooning over that picture.
Of course not, sweetheart. That's not what I meant at all. It's just, I don't know, back then, things were different. I was different. You were different.
We were kids. Would you really still rather be driving around in that stupid old van of yours, searching for ourselves, finding who knows what kind of body lice?
Don't tell me you don't miss those days. You said so yourself. I couldn't get enough of you in those days. I was insatiable.
Well, it certainly wasn't my sense of style that attracted you. I looked like a bag load. But if you want to see cute...
Listen, Val, I really don't want to see another picture of your damn dog.
Not the dog, Ira. You were adorable. I'd really like to see you going into court looking like that.
Why can't we be more like we were back then?
It's late. I've got to get up early.
Hey. I am still insatiable, you know.
So take an appetite suppressant or something. I'm going to sleep.
But we've never denied that Cal Methyl dumped the stuff there. We're simply saying that since it was all done over 30 years ago, that their culpability must be viewed in an historical fashion.
That is the most self-serving argument I've ever heard in my life.
In 1958, the prevailing opinion about a corporation's responsibility to the environment was vastly different. Cal Methyl will clean up the site, and that'll be that. Besides, no one's health was impaired.
Marvin, how do you sleep at night? Mothers give birth to deformed babies because of our climate.
How can anyone doubt the public-mindedness of a corporation that sponsors 2 symphonies and 3 TV documentaries a year, all on endangered species?
We're not a PR firm, for God's sake.
Come on, man. The argument is not without precedent. You know it. It's exactly the same position that Ogilvy, Melnick, Lincoln, and Schramm used in the New Hampshire versus Spyridine case, which, as you very well know, the smart one says is going to be upheld.
Marvin, pull over. Stop the car. Stop the car, Marvin, right now!
But Ira, the reservation's for 12:30.
Can't help it, Marvin. I'll see you back at the office.
I'm probably waiting there already.
How's it going?
Valerie, what is this, some kind of a joke?
I knew it. I knew you'd freak when you saw me.
What'd you do to your hair? You supposed to be at work now?
Cool out, Ira. Don't you like what you see?
Val, this isn't funny.
It isn't supposed to be. Come on, Ira, relax. You've been wanting me this way for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, but
Then quit fighting me.
A joke is a joke, Val. This
Call
is ridiculous.
her. Call her.
How did you do this? You look so young.
Call her.
Hello, aerobics. Can I help you?
Yeah, Annie?
Ira?
Yeah, it's Ira, right. Valerie's not there, is she?
Yeah, of course she is.
She is?
I told
Yeah, you want to talk to her?
Yeah.
I'll put her on.
Hello?
Valerie?
Ira?
What's wrong, hon? You sound...
Wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I won't be home for dinner.
You have a late appointment.
I have a late appointment.
Oh. Okay. Ira?
Yeah, Val, listen, I'll get something to eat somewhere.
Love is all you need.
Love is all I need. Listen, Val, I'll get something at the deli, okay?
Ira, are you sure you're all right? You sound like you've had a stroke.
No, I'm fine. Real fine. You were incredible.
The whole afternoon's ahead of us.
Val, I am totally wiped out. I'd have to be hospitalized by nightfall. This day, it's real. You are real.
And I'll be here for you whenever you want me.
But how did you? Where did you?
I'm the girl you married, Ira. The one you dream about. I don't ask so many questions, Ira. You can blow a good thing that way. Don't you get it? You've been thinking so much about the way it used to be that what you want so bad has become real. That's me. The Valerie that you remember. The one you hoped would never change. And I haven't.
I wish I could say the same.
Tell me about it. What's with the suits?
That is my court costume.
You did it. You're a public defender like you are.
Corporate counsel.
Bummer.
Well, my life's not so bad.
Then why are you so sad? You never used to be a sad person, Ira. What happened?
Valerie, yippies turned into yuppies. Jerry Rubin runs a business networking salon, whatever the hell that might be, and that is what happened. Okay, I know how that must sound, and you're right. There's much more to it than that. I'm just being facile. I'm oversimplifying. I mean, it's a whole evolution of the social infrastructure we're talking here. Something much more gradual, much more complex. Geez, Val, you gotta understand. You must. You were there. We were gonna change the world, remember? Somewhere along the line, I don't know, we lost each other somehow. The Est and the me decade, leveraged buyouts, tanning parlors, aerobicizing. Seems like nobody cares about anybody anymore, except himself. Our focus just narrowed.
Then we need to expand it. Let's do some window pane and watch the walls melt.
Valerie, if I went anywhere near LSD, we could watch my brains melt right out my ears. Sweetheart, nobody does that anymore. Wake up, smell the 80s.
Jeez, Ira, you are a stone drag.
Where you going? You just got here.
You know, man, we used to laugh at people like you.
Valerie?
I'm in here.
Who's laughing in here?
The TV, Ira. I turned it off when I heard you come in. There's nobody here but me and Herman Hesse.
Sid Harton, huh? Wow. You know, there was a time that I thought the whole damn key to existence was contained in this book. You were reading with the TV on?
Yeah, I just got an urge. It's something you said last night.
Don't stop on my account.
I was just about ready to go to bed anyway.
You go on. I'll be up in a while. I have some transcripts to proof.
I called your office today. The receptionist said you never came back from lunch.
Yeah. There was a meeting at Cal Methyl. They were on short notice. Took all day.
Okay, Ira. How could you all let it happen?
It wasn't exactly a conscious choice we made.
I mean, how could anybody who cared about money as little as you did suddenly need to have it so fast and so often that you have to have it from a little machine on the street?
I guess I figured if I couldn't change the world, I'd settle for a little corner of it. Mine, ours. Make it safe and secure, and that takes money.
And have you done that?
I'm a sellout. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it's not that, babe. It's just, well, are you happy?
Yes, I am happy. I don't know. most of the time I am. Something is missing.
Sure there is. Me. Come on, honey, you've got to tell her.
What about
I've been a memory too long. It's her turn now.
I had a great time. I felt like a kid for a while, but I cannot do this to her. This is my wife we're talking about.
Ira, who am I?
Oh, God. Valerie?
Ira.
What in the hell is going on here?
Ira, wait a minute. It's not what you think.
What the hell it isn't? How could you do this to me?
Hey, wait a minute. Who's that?
Forget about her. Who is that? I want to introduce myself before I kill him.
Oh, my God. Ira. It's me. So you've been doing it, too.
What do you mean, too? Come on, everybody. Let's not get uptight.
You know, you're beginning to sound like something out of a rerun of the Mod Squad.
If there was ever a reason to get uptight, my friend, this has got to be it. What is going on here?
I don't know, but I guess two can be nostalgic as easily as one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This guy is not taking my place.
But Ira, what about me? What about us?
Forget it. I must have been crazy to even consider it. I want the two of you out of here right now. Why? I haven't wasted my life. I deserve to be here. So does she.
Yeah, man, we've got a handle on all this stuff that counts. The dreams, the ideals, the love.
What are you talking about? You are 18 years old. You don't know squat about life or love. Real love is commitment. What am I saying?
But you're right. You're absolutely right. Ira, we almost made a stupid mistake. Say, we nearly lost each other because these two.
Where'd they go?
Who cares? They were beginning to annoy me anyway.
They? You mean we?
Were we really like that? All that arrogance, that naivete, that pomposity.
Idealism, the passion, the fire.
Well, what if they're right, Ira? What if we really wasted our lives?
You know, I wasn't aware of the fact that our lives were over. I mean, just don't suddenly lose your social conscience because you cut your hair, you know. Come here, will you? Come here. You know that world out there that you wanted to change? It's still out there. It's just that our focus narrowed, that's all.
Then we need to expand it.
What do you want to do? You want to drop a little acid and watch the walls melt?
No. No, I want my life to be about something more than watching my weight and thinking about how it used to be.
Why don't you make it that?
And how about you putting in some hours at that legal aid clinic that's always after you?
Maybe I will.
And maybe we could have a baby. As long as you're still insatiable.
I think I will be.
It has been said the 80s are just the 60s 20 years later. The costumes may change, but the cast remains. The arrogant, the radical, the naive and the cynical, the misplaced and the spaced. Each a stage in the growth of a generation as it treads the tail end of the 20th century on a long journey through the Twilight Zone.